Hello world of YouTube, and welcome to day 6 of Red every day. I'm currently editing the description of yesterday's vlog while it's uploading. It's going to take a little longer than it normally does. I don't know why it's taking so long to upload, but it'll be up eventually. The agenda for today is going to entail going to the grocery store, because I have to go to the grocery store to pick up some collard greens for Charlotte, and I might pick up a couple of other things while I'm there. I gotta film, edit, and post a movie review based on something that's pseudo-topical, based on a movie that was out recently, and discuss the topic with you guys, or discuss the topic revolving around the movie with you guys, but I'm gonna save it for that segment of the vlog, and then we'll see what else happens between now and when I have to go to work, because I don't have anything else planned, so we'll just kind of see what else comes our way. But either way, welcome to day 6. I spent almost the entirety of the time that that this video was uploading, because the vlog is up now, putting this description together. I did the internet video, the random internet video that was referenced, and that's DMX. I always put the music that's in the vlog, because I gotta give credit where credit's due. I didn't make the music. If I made the music, I'd just put music made by me. But I also wanted to put Shake's channel and Disaster Pieces music, because I used him for the Charlotte footage that I got. And then I had to write out the Austin Top 11, and I reorganized it, so I got it as good as I would want it to be, because even though it's not like an official, it's not like my definitive list, it's a list that I took interest in making. So I was serious, and I wrote out the list. I also went to the grocery store while it was uploading, and I got Charlotte her greens, because that's all I needed to get while I was over there, really, was her greens, so I didn't get anything else. I didn't take you guys with me, which is probably good, because as I was walking, the creepy guy that I mentioned in day 2's vlog was out there sitting on the bench, and I was like, good thing I didn't grab my camera and started filming, because that'd be a little awkward. It's about 2 o'clock. I still got 7 hours. So let's do some movie magic, some movie reviewage for your face. Hello world of YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Viral's Movie Reviews, where I review movies that you guys suggest, I go to the movies and see, or I feel like discussing. Throwing Yoshi at that gooch! The Notorious review is up. I had to charge my frickin' camera because it was dying as I was filming the Notorious review. Also, Riley, I think that's your name. Hold on, let's go to community, because I can't reply to your comment. It's not going to let me reply to your comment on YouTube. Riley Rowe, you asked why I like Pretty Hate Machine more than The Fragile. Well, Pretty Hate Machine's not the only Nine Inch Nails record I like more than The Fragile. I also like With Teeth and The Downward Spiral more than The Fragile, as listed in my top 100. But I talk about why I don't like The Fragile specifically in my discography review of Nine Inch Nails. The only difference being that I like The Fragile more than I used to. I used to really not like The Fragile because its inconsistencies really bothered me. Now, that's a fucking stink bug. What in the hell are you doing on my window? There's 2 of you! You go home! Go there. No, you're not welcome in my house, stink bugs. You just know. But, as I've got older, it's become not my least favorite Nine Inch Nails record. You know, I like other records less than that out of the catalog. But, yeah, it's just, I mean, Pretty Hate Machine's perfect. It's a perfect fucking record. Like, that's why it's my favorite album of all time, but also why I like it more than The Fragile, because Pretty Hate Machine's perfect. It's 10 perfect pop songs. I've said that multiple times on the channel. That's my favorite record of all time, dude. I think The Fragile's great, just not as great as a lot of the internet seems to think it is. It's not that consistent, and it's a bit too much at points, as far as, like, Trent's drug-induced haze really shined a lot on there, and it limited a lot of what could have been a pretty stellar record, because I like The Fragile a lot, and some of my favorite Nine Inch Nails songs are on that record. Like, when it's amazing, it's perfect, but it also has Starfuckers, which is my least favorite Nine Inch Nails song ever, amongst other tracks that are just kind of dull. Also, I'm watching Kaizo 3 and eating some fried rice. That's my fucking life right now. Watching him throw him at the gooch. So I'm leaving for work in about 30 minutes. I have to go, and I'll be there until the end of the night, until into the next day. So I wanted to kind of discuss the topic of the day now, as opposed to later during my lunch, during the event. I don't even know if I get a lunch. I've never done this before at work, so I don't know how this is going to work, but how this is going to play out. But I wanted to talk about biopics because obviously I reviewed a biopic today for the channel, and I wanted to take some time to kind of discuss biopics and sort of my opinions on the use of them in an art form. I feel like when they're done well, they're done fantastically well. Case in point, it's a very boring concept, but it's done brilliantly. The Social Network. I love that movie. I love it more than Notorious, the movie that I reviewed yesterday. I think that it is a great example of, even though it's clearly an opinion piece, like, whoever made this movie wants to kind of paint an image about Mark Zuckerberg that may not be entirely true about the guy. It's at least well done. It's impeccably done. The dialogue is well written. The story isn't too cliche, because my hang-up with biopics is that, yes, there is a lot of truth, or at least there's a lot of events that actually did happen in a biopic, but more often than not, they are drenched and riddled with a lot of cliches and a lot of tropes that Hollywood rests their laurels on. Notorious had a few of them, like I mentioned in the review, and I feel like it can really dampen a great idea. I feel like Notorious could have been a fantastic biopic about Biggie, because that whole era of hip-hop is interesting. There was a lot of squabbles going on. There was a lot of stylistic differences happening, coming up in the world, in the genre, and, you know, he was a focal point of the huge conflict going on. And I feel like while it told at least his side and maybe a biased version of his opinion or of his story during the whole thing, I felt like it could have been handled better if it weren't for the tropes that were surfacing up. There was too much going on that just screamed Hollywood, and not enough that screamed real to me. Like, in The Social Network, there are, I guess, instances of that, but there's less of it in that, I feel, and I feel like I wanted to like Notorious more than I did, because I liked some of the casting choices. I guess I just wanted more from it, you know? I feel like that's the tricky thing with doing a biopic. You want something entertaining, but you also want something real, and sometimes the real isn't as entertaining as it could. But I don't know. I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about biopics. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, if you guys like biopics, if you hate them. I know some people don't like biopics because they get too Hollywood. I also wanted to see Straight Outta Compton because I was hoping it was good. I feel like 8 Mile suffers some similar things that Notorious did, but to a lesser degree, you know, because it's hard to kind of not get a little Hollywood when you're telling a story. It's not hard to dramatize something when you're telling a story, but that's it. That's all I wanted to say about biopics. What are some of your favorite biopics, too? Because I feel like I've seen a lot of biopics, but none are coming to mind other than the ones that I mentioned, and that's a very small percentage of biopics that are out there.
We're knee-deep in inventory. It's past midnight, so I'm making this to end the day 6. Topic of the day, biopics. What are your thoughts on them? All that sort of stuff. Join me tomorrow, where I'll start it here, and then we'll end it sleeping. It's going to be a crazy day tomorrow. Crazy random. But hopefully you enjoyed today.
We have a truck tomorrow, don't we? Today.
Today, technically.
We do? Is it coming at 3?
It might be, but it might also be coming tomorrow, because we're working on it tomorrow.
I think it might come tomorrow.
Yeah. But anyway, you guys have good days, lots of situations. I'll see you tomorrow.